Members of the military are at risk of losing their careers, their livelihood, for behavior that is often not even a crime in the civilian system. That's why you need to know the facts. You need to know your options, and you need the help of experts when facing military justice.
Welcome to Military Justice. I'm your host, Jim Buchanan, and our guest today is Jonathan Crisp, who is an attorney specializing in military law at Crisp and Associates. Jonathan, welcome. So let's dive right into it. Why start Crisp and Associates?
Thanks, Jim. I wanted to focus on two things when I got off active duty. I think the first thing that was important to me, having been a government servant for close to 10 years, I wanted to make sure that I could handle the cases and do the cases that I wanted to do them, and do them in a way that I felt was obviously best for the client. I didn't want to be told what I could handle and how I could address it. And then the other component to that was even more important was developing the culture at the firm that I thought was important. Part of it was gleaned from my time on active duty, and part of it was just what I thought is zealous advocacy and recruiting individuals to work at the firm who reflect that culture.
And then why would the service members need private counsel?
Really, in a word, experience.
Okay.
When you look at, there's plenty of competent military defense counsel out there that are appointed. However, I've done this for close to 20 years. There are very few situations I have not encountered in a courtroom that you're never caught off guard. You don't want to be caught off guard at trial, and when things come up that are not otherwise anticipated, having that experience and knowing how to respond to that in a way that is taking potentially a negative situation and turning it into a positive for your client is invaluable. And you can't get that, quite frankly, with the limited time at the wheel that these kids have.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the major legal problems now that military personnel have or have to deal with today?
There are a number, I think, but the biggest one that I think is politically driven, congressionally mandated, has been sex assault. We have 90% of our caseload is sex assault cases of varying types, and the cultural change that has happened since I have been a part of the military 20 years ago has been astounding, and understanding how to push back and the changes that have occurred to the manual for courts martial, most of which, quite frankly, all of them have not been beneficial for accused, and knowing how to work in that system is very important.
And then I was reading that you travel was worldwide, right?
Sure. Yeah. We have cases everywhere from Japan, Korea, Kuwait, Iraq. We've gone all over the world and all over the country, and we will continue to do that, and wherever you are, we will be.
And how long, you said that you've been doing this for 20 years, but how long has the company been established?
I started the company 11 years ago,
okay.
And we have grown from me to now we have 4 attorneys and 7 support staff.
And then what would be the takeaway, or well, let's say, what keeps you awake at night?
Sure.
Yeah, what would you like to have people to take away from the legal process?
I think the biggest takeaway is the passion that we bring and the understanding that this system is a commander-driven system. And knowing how to speak to commanders, knowing how to address those issues that commanders feel important that will help the service member in that situation is huge.
Jonathan, valuable information.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching Military Justice. And thank you, Jonathan, for being here. If you're interested in learning more about today's topic, go to mymilitarylawyers.com. That's mymilitarylawyers.com. Remember, you need to know the facts, you need to know your options, and you need the help of experts when facing military justice.